which is, Sharp has had two CIOs in the last 30 years-ish.
Mhm.
What aspects of your culture do you think allow for such longevity in the role of the CIO?
Uh, I think it's this journey called the Sharp experience that we've been on for over 19 years now. I think, if you go back 20, 25 years where Sharp went through some really difficult times and looked at actually doing a lot of outsourcing, maybe even selling to a for-profit organization. And they came out of that didn't happen, but they came out of that thinking we've got to change and we've got to do something different. So they did this whole study about, they looked at the book From Good to Great. And what happened as a part of that is the leadership of the organization not only bought into it, but really became embodied it. And so, there's been tremendous longevity across the leadership of Sharp. The CEO has been here for, over 20 years in the CEO role. We just had a new CFO that came internally, but the previous one been 25 years. So they just, they got into this journey, they embodied it, it became really part of who Sharp is and the culture. And people just, I think, just kind of committed to, this is who we are, this is the journey we're on together. And when you have stability in senior leadership, I think it helps drive stability across the organization. Many healthcare organizations have people stick around for 20, 30 years because they see it as a mission and something that they buy into. But, Sharp just embodied this Sharp experience. They didn't have the fad of of every 3 years. It was all about that, and everything kind of evolved around that. So it's kind of, you kind of became part of that journey, realizing it was a multi-decade journey, and people just stuck around, and it's a great thing. I've never seen an organization with such tenure in their senior leadership.
Yeah, so I'll change one of the questions on you. Was it hard to follow somebody like Bill Spooner who had been there for decades? And what's it like following somebody who's been there for that long? And and how do you make that transition?
Yeah, I mean, I think it is hard. Obviously, it's hard to step in and follow someone who's been such a success and such a large part of not only the organization but the industry. But I think it's really about, for me, it wasn't about what's Ken Lewan, going to be compared to what was Bill Spooner. It's how can I help Sharp continue on its journey? And I think if you get, in many ways it was great because we had a very successful organization, very stable organization that had valued IT and made a lot of investments. I didn't feel like I had to come in and make my own mark, right? I just had to come in and try to say, how can we make this even better? How can we look at it slightly differently, take it to another level?
Right. Just don't screw it up. Just keep it on its trajectory.
I keep telling Bill, I've been here a little over 4 years and I almost got all his messes straightened out, but but yeah, I think you can't get hung up on who you are versus who Bill Spooner was. You got to think about it. How do I step in now? I'm not going to be Bill Spooner. I'm not going to replace Bill Spooner. I've got to come in and kind of just help continue to move this along.
Yeah, great perspective.